Now the whole world had one language and a common speech. As people moved eastward, they found a plain in Shinar, and they settled there and said to one another, "Come, let us make bricks and bake them thoroughly." They used brick instead of stone and tar for mortar. Then they said, "Come, let us build ourselves a city with a tower that reaches to the heavens, so that we may make a name for ourselves. Lest we be scattered over the face of the whole earth." But the Lord came down to see the city and tower man had built. The Lord said, "If as one people speaking the same language they have begun to do this, then nothing they plan will be impossible for them. Come, let us go down and confuse their language, so they will not understand each other." So the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they stopped building the city. That is why it was called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of the whole world. Lest they be scattered, He scattered them across the earth. From that place the Lord scattered them over the face of all the earth. This is the account of Shem's family line. Shem was the father of Arphaxad. 2 years after the flood, Arphaxad the father of Shelah, Shelah the father of Eber. Generation after generation, promise carried on. Terah became the father of Abram, Nahor and Haran. Terah took his son Abram and his grandson Lot, oh, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, and together they set out from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to Canaan. The Lord had said to Abram, "Go from your country, your people and your father's household, to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you, I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you I will curse. And all peoples on earth will be blessed through you." So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he set out from Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all the possessions they had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran. They set out for the land of Canaan and arrived there. Abram traveled through the land to the side of Shechem. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you." So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. So Abram built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. He moved on toward the hills east of Bethel and pitched his tent and built an altar there too. Then the famine came upon the land, and Abram went down to Egypt to live there for a while. He said to Sarai, his wife, I know what a beautiful woman you are. Say you are my sister, so that I will be treated well. Pharaoh's officials took Sarai into his palace, and the Lord inflicted serious diseases on Pharaoh's house. Pharaoh said, what have you done to me? Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? So Pharaoh gave orders about Abram, and they sent him on his way with his wife and all he had. Even a man of faith could stumble and fall, yet the promise of God stood over it all. Stood over it all. Stood over it all. Stood over it all. Yeah, we'll be blessed through you. Hey, we'll be blessed through you. We'll be blessed through you. We'll be blessed through you. So Abram went up from Egypt to the Negev with his wife and everything he had, and Lot went with him. Abram had become very wealthy in livestock and in silver and gold. He went from place to place until he came to Bethel, to the place between Bethel and Ai, where he had built an altar before. And there Abram called on the name of the Lord. Now Lot, who was moving about with Abram, also had flocks and herds and tents, but the land could not support them staying together. So quarreling arose between their herdsmen. Abram said to Lot, let's not have any quarreling between you and me, or between your herdsmen and mine, for we are close relatives. Is not the whole land before you? Let's part ways. If you go to the left, I'll go right. If you go to the right, I'll go left. Lot looked up and saw the whole plain of the Jordan was well watered. So Lot chose for himself the whole plain of the Jordan. Lot chose for himself and journeyed east. Abram let him go, gave him the choice. The two men separated, went their own way. Peace was chosen over the strife of the day. The Lord said to Abram, after Lot had parted from him, lift up your eyes and look from where you are. All the land that you see, I will give to you and to your offspring forever. I will make your offspring like the dust of the earth, so that if anyone could count the dust, then your offspring could be counted. Go walk through the length and breadth of the land. Now the people of Sodom were wicked and were sinning greatly against the Lord. Lot pitched his tents near Sodom, drawn by what he could see. But Abram moved his tents and lived near the great trees of Mamre. There he built an altar to the Lord. One man walked by sight, the other walked by faith. One chased the plain, the other trusted grace. At this time, kings went to war in the valley. 4 kings against 5, a battle for the land. Chedorlaomer had ruled for 12 years. In the 13th year, the nations rebelled. The kings joined forces in the valley of Siddim, where the enemy took all the goods of Sodom and Gomorrah. They also carried off Lot, Abram's nephew, and all his possessions, since he was living in Sodom. A man who had escaped came and told Abram. When Abram heard that his relative had been taken captive, he called out his trained men, born in his household, and went in pursuit as far as Dan. During the night, Abram divided his men to attack them. He routed them and pursued them as far as Hobah. He recovered all the goods and brought back his relative Lot and his possessions, together with the women and other people. After Abram returned from defeating the kings, the king of Sodom went out to meet him. Then Melchizedek, king of Salem, brought out bread and wine. He was priest of God Most High. He blessed Abram and said, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High." He blessed Abram and said, "Blessed be Abram by God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and praise be to God Most High, who delivered your enemies into your hand." Then Abram gave him 1/10 of everything. The king of Sodom said to Abram, "Give me the people and keep the goods for yourself." Then Abram said to the king of Sodom, "I have raised my hand to the Lord God Most High, creator of heaven and earth, and have taken an oath that I will accept nothing belonging to you, so that you will never be able to say, 'I made Abram rich.' I will accept nothing but what my men have eaten, and the share that belongs to the men who went with me. A warrior's sword could win the day, but about me before the king was the greater way." Melchizedek's blessing, bread and wine, pointing forward to a greater life. After this, the word of the Lord came to Abram in a vision. "Do not be afraid, Abram. I am your shield, your very great reward." But Abram said, "Sovereign Lord, what can you give me? I remain childless, and the one who will inherit my estate is Eliezer of Damascus." The Lord said, "This man will not be your heir. A son coming from your own body will be your heir." He took him outside and said, "Look up at the heavens and count the stars. If indeed you can count them, so shall your offspring be." Abram believed the Lord, and he credited it to him as righteousness. He also said to him, "I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land, to take possession of it." But Abram said, "Sovereign Lord, how can I know that I will gain possession of it?" So the Lord said, "Bring me a heifer, a goat, and a ram, each 3 years old, along with a dove and a young pigeon." He took him outside and said, "Look up at the heavens and count the stars. If indeed you can count them, so shall your offspring be." Abram brought all these and cut them in to arrange the halves opposite each other. As the sun was setting, Abram fell into a deep sleep, and a thick and dreadful darkness came over him. The Lord said, "Know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land not their own. For 400 years they will be enslaved and mistreated, but I will punish that nation, and afterward they will go out with great possessions. When the sun had set and darkness had fallen, a smoking fire pot with a blazing torch appeared and passed between the pieces. On that day the Lord made a covenant with Abram. To your descendants I give this land, from the river of Egypt to the great river Euphrates. Ooh, God himself walked through the fire and the night, making the promise, sealing it by his own life. After this, Hagar in the wilderness. Now Sarai, Abram's wife, had borne him no children, but she had an Egyptian slave named Hagar. Sarai said to Abram, the Lord has kept me from having children. Go sleep with my slave, perhaps I can build a family through her. Abram agreed to what Sarai said, so Sarai took a slave, Hagar, and gave her to Abram. He slept with Hagar and she conceived. When she knew she was pregnant, she began to despise her mistress. Sarai mistreated Hagar, and she fled from her. The angel of the Lord found Hagar near a spring in the desert. He said, Hagar, where have you come from? And where are you going? I'm running away from my mistress Sarai, she answered. The angel of the Lord told her, go back to your mistress and submit to her. I will increase your descendants so much they will be too numerous to count. The angel of the Lord also said, you are now pregnant and you will give birth to a son. You shall name him Ishmael, for the Lord has heard of your misery. She gave this name to the Lord who spoke to her, you are the God who sees me. For she said, I have now seen the one who sees me. The well was called Bir Lahai-roi. Hagar bore Abram a son, and Abram gave the name Ishmael to the son she had born. Abram was 86 years old when Hagar bore him Ishmael. He will be a wild donkey of a man. His hand will be against everyone, and everyone's hand against him. Yet he will live in hostility toward all his brothers. Even in the wilderness, God's eye had not turned away. A woman cast out, forgotten and alone, found that God had never left her on her own. In the desert wide, where no one else could see, the Lord looked down and said, I see you, I see. Even the outcast has a place in his plan. Hagar's God is still the God who understands. Hagar in the wilderness. Hagar in the wilderness. When Abram was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am God Almighty, walk before me and be blameless. I will confirm my covenant between me and you, and will greatly increase your numbers. Abram fell face down, and God said to him, as for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many nations. No longer will you be called Abram, your name will be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you very fruitful, I will make nations of you, and kings will come from you. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you. The whole land of Canaan, where you now reside as a foreigner, I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants after you. And I will be their God, no longer Sarai, but Sarah your wife will be. I will bless her and give you a son through her. Nations and kings will come from her too. This covenant will forever hold true. Every male among you shall be circumcised. This is my covenant that you are to keep between me and you and your descendants after you. Every male 8 days old must be circumcised. Abraham fell face down and laughed and said in his heart, will a son be born to a man 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at 90? God said, Sarah your wife will bear you a son. Call him Isaac. My covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. On that very day Abraham took Ishmael, his son, and every male in his household, and circumcised them just as God told him to do. A sign upon the flesh, a promise deep within, not by what we've earned, but by grace we begin. Abraham obeyed, though the promise seemed strange. A name was changed and a future rearranged. The Lord appeared to Abraham near the great trees of Mamre, while he was sitting at the entrance to his tent. In the heat of the day he looked up and saw 3 men standing nearby. When he saw them, he hurried to meet them and bowed low to the ground. He said, if I have found favor in your eyes, do not pass your servant by. Let a little water be brought, and rest yourselves under this tree. Let me get you something to eat, so you can be refreshed. Abraham hurried into the tent to Sarah. Quick, he said, get 3 seahs of fine flour and knead it and bake some bread. He ran to the herd and selected a choice calf and gave it to a servant who hurried to prepare. Then they asked him, where is your wife Sarah? There in the tent, he said. Then one of them said, I will surely return to you about this time next year, and Sarah your wife will have a son. Now Sarah was listening at the entrance to the tent, and Sarah laughed to herself, after I am worn out, will I now have this pleasure? The Lord said, why did Sarah laugh? Is anything too hard for the Lord? Then the man got up and looked toward Sodom. The Lord said, shall I hide from Abraham what I am about to do? The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is so great and their sin so grievous. Abraham remained standing before the Lord. He drew near and said, will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Far be it from you. Will not the judge of all the earth do right? The Lord said, if I find 50 righteous people, I will spare it for their sake. Abraham asked again, what if the number is 45, 40, 30, 20? Each time the Lord answered, for their sake I will not destroy it. Finally, what if only 10 can be found there? For the sake of 10 I will not destroy it. The Lord said, a friend of God stood in the gap and prayed, not for himself but for a city that had strayed. Is anything too hard, too far for the Lord? Not the birth of a promise, not a soul restored. Is anything too hard for the Lord? The two angels arrived at Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gateway of the city. When he saw them, he got up to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. My lords, he said, please turn aside to your servant's house. Wash your feet and spend the night. But before they retired, the men of the city surrounded the house, demanding evil, wicked in their intent. The angels reached out and pulled Lot inside and shut the door, striking the men with blindness. Get your family out of here, the angels said, for we are about to destroy this place. The outcry to the Lord against its people is so great. He has sent us to destroy it. So Lot went out and warned his sons-in-law, but they thought he was joking. At dawn the angels urged Lot, hurry, take your wife and your 2 daughters, escape now, or you will be swept away when the city is punished. When he hesitated, the men grasped his hand and led them to safety. Flee for your lives, don't look back, don't stop anywhere in the plain. Flee to the mountains, or you will be swept away. The Lord rained down burning judgment that day. The Lord rained down burning sulfur on Sodom and Gomorrah. He overthrew those cities and the entire plain. But Lot's wife looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Early the next morning, Abraham went to the place where he had stood before the Lord. He looked down towards Sodom and Gomorrah and saw dense smoke rising from the land like smoke from a furnace. So when God destroyed the cities of the plain, he remembered Abraham and he brought Lot out of the catastrophe. Out of a city bound for the fire and the fall, one family was rescued, though not unscathed by it all. Do not look back, do not delay. Grace calls us forward out of harm's way. Out of harm's way. from there into the region of the Negev and lived between Kadesh and Shur. For a while he stayed in Gerar, and there he said of his wife Sarah, "She is my sister." Then Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent for Sarah and took her. But God came to Abimelech in a dream one night. "You are as good as dead," he said, "because of the woman you have taken. She is a married woman." Abimelech had not gone near her. He said, "Lord, will you destroy an innocent nation? Did he not say to me, she is my sister?" And she herself said, "He is my brother." God said to him in the dream, "Yes, I know you did this with a clear conscience. It was I who kept you from sinning against me. That is why I did not let you touch her. Now return the man's wife, for he is a prophet, and he will pray for you, and you will live. But if you do not return her, you may be sure that you and all yours will die." Early the next morning, Abimelech summoned his officials and told them all that had happened, and they were terrified. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said, "What have you done to us? How have I wronged you?" Abraham replied, "I said to myself, there is surely no fear of God in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. Besides, she really is my sister." Then Abimelech gave Abraham sheep and cattle and slaves and said, "My land is before you. Live wherever you like." To Sarah he said, "I am giving your brother 1,000 shekels of silver. This is to cover the offense against you before all who are with you." Then Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, his wife, and his female slave, so they could have children again. For the Lord had kept every womb closed because of Abraham's wife Sarah. Even when a man of faith would falter and fall, God's hand of mercy still covered them all. The one who was promised, the fear that returned, yet grace stayed faithful, a lesson still learned.